Sure. President Trump at a campaign rally in Texas, he was talking about the migrant caravan. Roll tape.
And you know, what's happening right now as a large group of people, they call it a caravan. So as the caravan, and look, that is an assault on our country. That's an assault. And in that caravan, you have some very bad people. You have some very bad people. And we can't let that happen to our country.
Right, well, joining us now, Mike Huckabee. Governor, you heard the president. He's on it. He's going to stop them coming. But I want to turn this around. Do you know what the Democrats' plan is for when the caravan arrives here?
Sure, the Democrats have a simple plan. Open the borders, let them in, no real background checks, just one thing, register them to vote the moment they get here, and hopefully they get here before Election Day. I mean, that's their plan, Stuart. They believe in open borders. They do not believe that we have a sovereign nation, and it's just astonishing that you have people that don't understand the difference between immigration and an invasion. And there is a fundamental difference.
But then there is a total switch in the politics of immigration, and it's because of the caravan. I don't think most Americans appreciate what amounts to an invasion, and if they hear that the Democrats will welcome them in, I think that's a very big plus for President Trump and a huge negative for Democrats. Where am I going wrong here?
No, I think you're exactly right. I think the Democrats don't understand how frustrated Americans are that the Democrats really don't have a message other than we don't like Donald Trump. If we get elected, we're going to impeach him and everybody he appointed. We're going to open the borders. We're going to raise the taxes. Their message is one that's counterproductive to even Democrat families and independent families, and I cannot see this being a winning strategy. But, sir, let me go back to the point. When you have this many people coming toward the border, do you have some women and children in there that probably need some assistance? Undoubtedly. But that's not the bigger point. Is that if some of these Democrats who say, well, let's let them in, I want to ask them, how many will you personally take into your home, sponsor them, take care of them until you can find some way for them to get jobs and to be able to stand on their own feet? We're a great nation of immigrants. Thank God we are. But we're not a nation of invaders. And what we have here are people who are demanding that they have a right to get in. Nobody has a right to go to someone else's country, whether it's someone coming to America or me going somewhere else.
I want to take you back to the 2016 presidential campaign. You were a candidate. Now, President
Thanks
Trump...
for reminding me.
No. Well, you always seem to have a very good relationship with President Trump, unlike Ted Cruz, who was Lying Ted back then. But last night in Houston, the president made him, what, Beautiful Ted or Texas Ted, I think it was. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think you misunderstood, you cynical person, you. He really was not saying lying Ted. He was saying lion Ted, as in the animal lion. He's the Lion King of Texas, and that's what he was intending to say all along. Look, this is why I didn't say anything bad about Donald Trump or any of the other candidates on the stage, because at some point, one of us is going to win and the rest of us are going to lose, and then it's an awkward situation when you've said the guy's not fit to be in office, and then suddenly he's the greatest thing since sliced bread and toothpaste. It's always a problem.
Yes, it is. Governor, thanks very much for joining us, sir. We always appreciate it. See you soon.
Great to see you, Stu.
Yes, sir.